Traders in the building, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. So in this particular video, guys, I'll be analyzing the dollar index, gold, US30 US100 and the GER30. So without wasting time, let's just get straight to it. In front of us we have the dollar index, and I'm currently looking for buyers on this market. I am bullish. Now the reason why I'm looking for buyers is simply because we are in a bullish channel. As you can see, the market keeps on creating higher lows and also it keeps on creating higher highs. This is very obvious to see. It's literally out there. Now the second reason why I'm bullish is because the market is trending is trading above a very significant support structure. As you can see previously, this was a resistance, a strong one. The market broke out. When it came back to test that structure, it couldn't find enough momentum to break below, and at the moment the market is trading above that structure, hence my bullish bias. Now the way you can trade this market is you need to go to a smaller time frame, which let's start on the weekly time frame. And what we want to do on the weekly time frame, we want to identify areas of interest. We just want to identify structural zones where the market could potentially buy from, right? So I already have two areas marked over here. These are my two areas of interest. I'm looking at this high and I'm looking at this low as my areas of interest which I want to buy from. Now as you can see, last week the market did try to break below the structure over here. Actually, let me move to the daily time frame. I think it's not so clear over here. So the market did try, or rather it did break below this particular structure over here, this support. However, as you can see, then the market ended up coming back above that structure. So for me, if the market was supposed to continue going down, it should have broken below, came for a retest and continued down, not to close above. Now that it has closed above, for me it's suggesting that the market is ready to buy, right? So what I'm looking for the week that is coming is for the market, now that it has closed inside this range, right? You're looking at this high over here, you're looking at this low. I want a retest over here, and this is where I'm going to potentially look for buys to that resistance. And when we reach this area of resistance over here, I want to wait and study how price moves. If I see a breakout, then of course a retest, a continuation would be nice. However, if the market, I see that there is a very strong resistance around this area over here, then I will expect, or rather I will anticipate that maybe this market is in a range, and for as long as it's in a range, I'll buy it at support, sell it resistance, and whichever direction the market breaks. If it breaks above, then of course we continue with buys. If it breaks below, then the market we start to sell it back to this area of support over here. Pretty much that's all I'm looking for in this market. I don't see anything else apart from that. I mean, also if you pay attention over here, you can see that there is a range around here. Anytime the market reaches this high, you can see that it reacts around this area over here. So maybe again it can do the very same thing around these two areas of interest over here. Moving on to the second instrument of the day, this is gold. So I'm bearish on this market, right? So on the higher time frame, you can clearly see that this market is bullish, right? You don't need to ask that because I mean it's literally out there. The market is bullish. However, I've been talking about how much I'm interested in this particular structure over here, specifically because you can see how the market reacted around these two areas. Anytime it reached the high of this zone, it sold. It reached the high again, it sold. It reached the high, it sold. And then we did get a break out of that structure, but ever since we got a breakout, we haven't really got that retest, and so I'm still expecting the market to give us that retest back to this area over here, to come back and retest the structure before I can anticipate to expect further buyers to the upside. Now the way you can trade this market is you need to go to a smaller time frame. I'll start on the daily time frame. So what you want to do over there, again, you want to look for areas of interest, areas where price could potentially sell from. Now as you can see, we did have a bullish trend forming around here, which the market, of course, it was creating higher highs and higher lows, and then the market ended up breaking above this resistance over here. So if the market was supposed to continue going up, it should have kept the momentum, and it didn't come inside this range over here. So now that the market, instead of closing above this particular area, instead it came and closed below, for me it is suggesting that the market is not ready to go for buys. So it's safe, or for me personally, to look for sales. So what I'm looking for the week that is coming next week, I do see that this area is a very strong area of resistance over here. So if the market could give a pushback to that area, this is where I want to look for sales, and hopefully to break the support over here, and then another retest down to the support over here, because as you can see, the market is in a range, and like I always say, a ranging market, you want to trade it as such. You want to sell at resistance and you want to buy at support, and whichever direction the market breaks, if it breaks above, you want to expect buys going forward, and if the market breaks below, you want to expect sales. And until that happens, for me, I'm just going to treat this market as a range. So now that it come from this resistance, so I'm expecting it to come all the way down to this support. Pretty much that's all I'm looking for. If you go to a smaller time frame, maybe like the 4 hour, you can also see that there is another area of interest over there, which maybe you might look at this area of resistance over here. So maybe the market might not want to come to this resistance. Maybe it might test this area over here and sell from there. And if it does that, of course, you just want to follow price and not be left out in that move. yeah, man, that's all I have for the week that is coming on this market. Moving on to US100, so you can see how the market it was bullish, right? Breaking this high which was previously created by this market. Now for me, I like to believe that this market hasn't really come back for a retest. We did see that it did try to retest with this candlestick, one candlestick, this one red candlestick over there, but I feel like it was not enough, right? So maybe the market still needs to come back to retest this resistance over here before we can expect further bias to the upside. But it doesn't mean the market is going to do that. This is just me this is just me rather giving you my perspective based on how I trade, right? So the way you can trade this market, as much as we are bullish, right? As much as we are bullish, I still expect that bearishness to come in. So the way you can trade this market is you need to go to a smaller time frame so that you can understand why I'm looking for sales on this market. You can see how the market, when it broke this resistance over here, it did try to retest as you can see, but didn't really necessarily come to this support, and then it broke out of this new resistance that it had created. So yes, as much as we did get a minor retest over there, I'm not really satisfied with that retest. I still feel like the market should and it needs to come back again to retest this high over here, and then maybe from here, this is where you can expect further bias to the upside. And if the market ends up failing over here, coming all the way down to this area over here, then again, there's another area where we want to look for bias. So for the week that is coming next week, I do recognize that the market failed to create new higher highs. As you can see, the market closed bearish for the week. So what I am expecting is, if you go to the daily time frame, or rather let me go to the 4-hour time frame, I have marked two areas of interest which I'm interested to sell from, right? So if the market was supposed to continue going up, for me, I feel like it should not have closed below this area of resistance over here. So now that it did, of course, you can see it did give a retest, and now the market is selling. So for the week that is coming, assuming that this support is going to hold, maybe the market might want to buy a little bit, come to this resistance, and if it does, then this is where I want to look for sales. And if the market ends up breaking below this area of support over here, you know the rules of trading. An old support broken becomes a newly formed resistance. So if the market breaks this support, it turns it into a newly formed resistance, and this is where again I want to take sales, hoping that the market is going to come and give us that retest that we are looking for on the higher time frame, like I showed you guys on that weekly time frame. And then this is where we can start to look for buyers. Hope the market respects that. Pretty much, yeah, man, that's all I see. I mean, if you also pay attention, there was a trend line over here. The market also did break below this trend line over here. So we all, not only do we have a closure on the weekly time frame bearish, we also have the market breaking below the trend line, and also we have the market breaking below the area of significance over there, which was a resistance. As you can see in the past over there, this was a very clean resistance. Market breaks that resistance, so the market is bearish, and hence my bearish bias. Now moving on to US30, let's go to the higher time frame. Let's go to the monthly time frame. So I'm bullish on US30, and I'll give you my reasons why. So US30, as you can see, similar to nasdaq, the price action, the market created this high, right, and then the market broke out of this resistance over here. They tried to give us a retest. However, I'm still not so satisfied with that kind of price action. I still feel like also the market still needs to come back to retest this area over here, and then we can expect a further bias to the upside. That's if you are a swing trader, but it doesn't mean you cannot trade this market at the moment. Now the way you can trade this market is you need to move to a smaller time frame, which I will want to start with let's start with the daily time frame over there. So as you can see, the market was in a range, right? The market was could have been a range over here. Let me highlight it for you guys. There was a range. This was the high of the range, as you can see, and this was the low of the range. So recently we did get a break out of that resistance over here. So my expectation for the week that is coming is that the market could want to come back to this to test this area of support over here, and this is where we can anticipate bias to the upside. However, let's assume let's just say a different scenario. The market instead it does come and instead it closes below this area over here. If it does that, then it means the market is still inside the range, and we are going to trade it as such, meaning we can expect a retest and sell this market back to this support and expect buys, and as trade it as such until the market either breaks above, then we continue, or the market breaks below, then we continue with those sales. Apart from that, man, I really don't see any other thing apart from that. The market is bullish for me at the moment, and it's simply because of this break out of here. So I'm still expecting a retest, and then this is where I want to buy this market all the way to the upside. Moving on to GER30, and I'm closing with this one. Guys, if I'm too fast for you, please do comment in the comment section, and if I'm not making any sense, again, comment down in the comment section, and I'll try to explain there with words, right? So GER30, let's move to the monthly time frame. Let me do like this. So on this particular market, I'm looking for the market to give a retracement. I'm still looking for that correction on this particular market. As you can see, the market created this high, right, and then gave a pushback and then the market broke out of that high. So I'm expecting again the market to give us a pushback before I can expect further buys to the upside. However, this move might take a while before it can happen. Like I did highlight last week, as you can see the market, how it reacted over here when it created this push. It took a while before the market gave a retest. So maybe again, this is what we're gonna see over here. Maybe the market might want to range for a while before it can give us that pushback that we are expecting over here, before we can anticipate those buys to the upside. However, this does not mean you cannot trade this market at the moment. The way you can trade this market is you need to move to a smaller time frame and identify the range that is currently happening over there. So for me, this is my area of interest that I've identified. I identified this high over here as an area of significance, because you can see how the market, let me use the line chart so that you can see what I mean by that. You can see how the market, when it reached this area over here, it sold. When it was above here, it bought, and when the market was below again, it kept on selling. And again, you can see how we sold last week from this area again, right? And this is my area of support, because you can see how the market reacted when it reached that area over there. So for me, this is a valid range that I'm looking at, right? So the way you can trade this market is you need to sell. You need to sell as soon as the market reaches the high over here. You want to look for sells, and when the market reaches the low, you want to look for buys. And whichever area the market breaks, if the market breaks above, then it means the market is bullish, potentially going further up, so you can expect more buys to come in. And if the market breaks below, then it suggests that the market is bearish. So this could mean that the beginning of our correction move that we're expecting on the higher time frame is really indeed confirmed, and then we can start to expect sells to the downside. Pretty much that's all I'm looking for in this market. I really don't see anything apart from that. If you do see something, do comment down in the comment section. But maybe for the week that is coming, you can look at this area as an area where you can sell from. So what you can do, you can expect the market to give a pushback like this over here, and then you can start to look for sells to this area of support. And then as soon as the market reaches this support, you want to study how it moves. If the market is failing around here, then you start to anticipate buys to that resistance over there. Like I said, yeah man, that's all I'm looking for the week that is coming, guys. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Yeah man, I love you. Thank you for watching up to this far, guys. If you are, it means a lot to me. I'll see you next week, same time, same place, and I am out.